Man show. That's right, on time. It's either 9 or 9:30 p.m. So unless it's past 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, then I would be late. But since it's not right at 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, I'm on time. And like I said, welcome to the Strut Man Show. I'm the host of the Strut Man Show. My name is Mr. Ozzy Neil Rose. Coming to you live as always from my good friend Mike Sue, the owner of Parker Road Specialty Pharmacy here on Parker Road here in my hometown of Jonesboro, Arkansas. I want to say hey and welcome to all the viewers out there. Hey and welcome to my live chat guest that I'm going to have. Jared reached out to me today, I seen, and said that he would be on the show tonight. So I sent him a text, Jamie Ann and Scott, all three the same text, 9:30 p.m. tonight. Even Major, I sent a text to, told him the show would be at 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight because he usually watches the show. So I want to say I hope everyone had a great Sunday today. As for me, no complaints. As you know, on Sundays, I do a new confessions video. It's going to be late night tonight. That's the way it's been happening the last several weeks, late night. So once the live show's over with and I post the live show highlights, then will come the my 51st, I believe, my 51st confessions video. Still part 4. So I hope that you'll like it. I usually don't know what I'm going to talk about until I hit the button. Then the Lord usually blesses me with what we're going to talk about in my past and stuff like that. Because that's what I call it, kind of going to the archives of my past. Hey, Timothy. Howdy. Uh, yeah, Jared's supposed to be on the show. After I talked to y'all, and y'all dropped the mighty fine supper off, you and Miss Jamie, I seen where he texted me and said that I think he said he'd been on a binge for 3 days. I think's what he said. So I texted him back and I said, okay, we've been worried about you, so uh, hey, Jamie Ann, Major, hey, Major goes, I'm here. I see you, buddy. Good to have you in here, Major. Jamie Ann, good to have you here. The food was mighty good. I ate all that Jamie made, the no name stuff. I ate all of it. I've ate most of the others, just a little bit left. That's about it. Uh, but like I said today, I mean, it was hot today. Don't get me wrong, but come late July into August, won't even want days like this. So and I do feel like y'all, but I'm out there strutting. When it's that hot, I feel like I'm melting. My body does adapt to it, but I have to take more hydration breaks. Now, being said, I did go strutting today, as everybody knows here in Jonesboro. I did some yesterday. I did some the day before. I just hadn't got to do my normal 6 miles in about 4 or 5 days. So I'm hoping the Lord moves me to go strutting tomorrow and I get my six miles in. Uh, Jenny goes, so where is Jared at? Well, he's supposed to be on here. And I sent him the same text that I sent y'all. So he knows the show was coming on at 9:30. He said he was going to be on the show tonight. Uh, so I don't know. We'll see. Uh, I don't know. I don't know anything regarding that. Right after y'all left, I seen where he had texted me finally and said that he was sorry he hadn't been on the show, but he'd been on a 3-day binge, I think's what he said. He said he'd be on the show tonight. And I said, okay, we've been worried about you. And I sent him another text saying 9:30 p.m. tonight. Same message I sent you, Major, and Scott. I don't know where Scott's at. So Scott and Jared so far hadn't been in here yet. So hopefully they'll both be in here. But I don't know anything regarding him and Jade or what or anything. I'm like, yo, I'm still there's Scott. Better late than never, huh, buddy? But yeah, I don't know. I didn't have time to go into a text and ask him. I've been busy, as y'all know me to be. So I figured maybe he might enlighten us a little bit on the show tonight. Scott goes, he probably won't be back on the show. Why would he be back on the show? He said he was going to be on the show tonight. He gave me a text, said he'd be on the show tonight. And I didn't see what time he sent it, the text, but so I thought maybe we might find out a little bit more about it with him being in the show tonight. He said he would be here. What he said. He has some explaining to do to you. Well, he don't really owe me nothing as far as that goes. He don't owe me an explanation by no means. But it'd be nice to know what has kind of happened because we've all been at kind of a loss. He's dedicated to the show, and He's not been on it. I couldn't get him to answer a text, a video, or anything till finally today. He finally sent a text. So leave it to Scott to spice up the show. There you go. But hopefully he'll be in here. He said he would be on the show. I'm just going by what he said. But I don't know what he necessarily meant. He'd been on a 3-day binge, unless he meant he'd been on a 3-day drinking binge or something. I don't know. Uh, he has some explaining to do to me, Timothy and Miss Jamie especially. Well, I mean, we've all been worried about him because we hadn't known this whole time. What's been going on with him. Of course, you can't make somebody talk to you either. But uh, I mean, if I don't know what the deal is, if him and Jade are split up or not. But I mean, if they're split up, I'd say there's bigger fish. There's more fish in the sea. It ain't the end of your world. It's just the beginning of another one. Ozzy is too nice. It is. It's too nice. Well. Uh, I mean, I can understand him being upset if they split up, but I would say at the same time, don't cry over spilt milk. There's more fish in the sea. You know. I see the smiley faces there, Scott. Thanks. And it's not. You may think it's the end of your world when your relationship splits up or breaks up. It's not. It's just the beginning of another. It's like that's old news now in with the new news. So when you split up, that means you're free to date whoever you want to date. So but it might not be that. It could be something else. I don't know. I just know what his last transmission was about 6 to 7 nights ago, and then I'm just going by what he texted and said today. So I don't know. Jamie goes, Ozzy. Hey, Ozzy, did you like your supper tonight? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Like I said, there's not much left of it. Scott goes, she may be tired of him smoking all the time, right, Miss Jamie? Well, I mean, he said one night in here that she drinks the wine, he smokes the weed. But now he said this too, guys. Remember, the only time he smokes weed is when my live show was on. That's the only time he smokes it. You know, so I mean, that's good that he only does it during that time. Jamie goes, did Miss Jamie cook you some good supper tonight? Oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, I like that other that you brought me from the church too. There's a little bit of it left, not much. But it's real good. Oh yeah. Notice I'm not wearing my cricket cap tonight. My hair got to looking pretty good. But one reason why I didn't go strutting today, the Lord moved me to want to go strutting, but I had to take care of a lot of business at camp today. But I got it taken care of, so no big deal. She goes, "Yep, that's right, Scott." Uh, but yeah, I mean, unless he's drinking and he's not going to be on the show tonight, I mean, I'm just going by what he texted me and said. He said that he was sorry he'd been on a 3-day binge and that he was going to be on the show tonight. That's all I got from him. And I texted him back and said, okay, we've been worried about you. And then I sent him another text and said that 9:30 p.m. tonight, meaning the show was going to be on at 9:30 p.m. So uh, so I don't know. I mean, there's only so far I will reach out to you. Now, I'm a funny person. I'll give everybody the benefit of the doubt. But when I try and try and try and try by giving you text and text and text, then I'm not going to do it anymore. Because how hard is it to give a simple text and say, oh, I'm okay. That's all you have to say. You know, I'm okay. That's just 2 words. So, I mean, if he doesn't come on the show tonight, guys, I'm not texting him no more. You know, there's only so far I will go out for you, and then I just say the hell with it. Scott goes, I never hear you talk about Guthrie Fried Chicken anymore, and the ice cream place just thought about that. Well, I'll give you a little example. A year ago, I kind of represented Krispy Kreme here, in town. They give me a couple of T-shirts. They were real nice to me, and I can always tell when it's time for me to move on. And I tried to get an ice water in there one day, and I wasn't going to get it. So I didn't say nothing. I could tell how all the employees were acting. They acted like I had the black flag, and I didn't say nothing. I got up and walked out, and I didn't represent them no more. I never talked bad about Krispy Kreme either. The same with Guthrie's. I went in there to get an ice water, and I expected it to get at least the employee discount on it, but she charged me for it. And when she charged me for it, I paid for it. And this is what I told her. I said, I work for Guthrie's too. And she kind of just smiled real big. So I knew it was time for me to move on. I've not heard anything from Brian Biggs, the owner. And used to, I heard from Brian all the time since that happened that day. I mean, I didn't get smart or hateful with her or nothing. I gladly played for it, you know. But I expected an employee discount, and I didn't get it. And that's when I just told her, in a nice way. I said, I work for Guthrie's too. And she just smiled real big, and I thanked her, and I turned around and I walked out with my water. And I've never said nothing bad about Guthrie's or Baskin Robbins or Brian Biggs. But I've not heard one word from Brian Biggs. So you tell me, was it time for me to move on? My gift don't lie, you know. Same with Krispy Kreme. More power to them over there. I like Krispy Kreme products. Don't get me wrong. I've had people ask me here and there on the streets, what about Krispy Kreme? I said, what about them? They said, well, I hear I don't see you promoting them anymore. I said, no. But I said, if you like Krispy Kreme products and their drinks, I tell you, go for it. Same with Guthrie's. If anybody asks me about it, I'll tell them, look, you like the fried chicken there, you go there. I mean, I'm not going to talk bad about a business just because it's time for me to move on. And that's the way I looked at it. I looked at it that way a year ago with Krispy Kreme. I looked at it with Guthrie's. It was just time for me to move on. In other words, I'm not appreciated, is what I'm getting at. And I'll tell you something else. This is how it's going to be with me, guys. I know my worth in this town as far as representing any business now. And I was way too cheap. So this is how it's going to be. For a food review, now I do free ones for Jack in the Box. That's different. But for a food review, I'll do it. But it's $50 up front, the meal, as well as the drink. And that's per video, because I do a lot of work on the video part, meaning all the typing on all forms of social media that I do. So it would be $50 up front, the meal up front, and the drink up front, or I don't work for a business. Now, you might say, what about strutting for a business? I've known you to do that. That's true too. That's $20 an hour plus the free drinks. So, I mean, or I don't work because I don't have to work. So, I mean, that's just how it's going to be. But even if I get what I want, when I see it's time for me to move on, I'm not going to get hateful or mean with anybody. I'll just simply be quiet and move on. That's how I work. Scott goes, this will be the first person that I stood you up as a man. Okay, I don't think I understand you. Yeah. So this will be the first person that I stood you up as a man. Can you reprint that, Scott? Because I'm not following you, buddy. Major goes, I'm drinking and I'm still here. Well, now, Major, you're throwing me off. What are you drinking, Major? That don't sound right coming from you. Jared will be the first person. Oh, you talking about as far as I go? I'm not mad at Jared. Don't get me wrong. I'm not. And Jared don't owe me or anybody an explanation, and he don't. But I do take people at their word. If you say you're going to do something, you have to do it. Okay. He said in a text exactly what I'm telling you here, that he'd been on a 3-day binge. He's sorry he hadn't been on the show, but he said he'll be on the show tonight. And I sent him a text saying, okay, but we've been worried about you. And then I sent him another text that said 9:30 p.m. tonight, meaning the show would be 9:30. So, I'm not going to reach out to him no more. I wasn't going to anyways. After last night, I wasn't going to do it anymore. It's one thing. We're all busy. We're all busy. Now, y'all know how busy I am. Y'all know everything I do in a day and a night. And if something happened to Scott, say, for example, okay, or say something happened to me and y'all couldn't get a hold of me and y'all been trying to get a hold of me and wasn't doing the live show no more. I mean, y'all would reach out. Yeah. But after a while, you get tired of it. And you'll finally say, well, the hell with him. We've been reaching out to him for days and nights here, and we can't even get him to give us a damn text, you know? And that's what I mean. It's one thing if he's on a binge. I know we're all human, but be a person of your word. If you say you're going to do something, then by God, do it. You know, it's that easy. Now, I'm not saying he still ain't going to be here in the show, but y'all know Jared. If he's going to be in this live show, he ain't this far late. So y'all know he's probably not going to be on here tonight. Uh, Timothy goes, I just finished a burger and Cheetos jalapeno chips. Yep. See, that's the thing is I can't have beef anymore, and that really cramps my style. But that's okay with this alpha gale, So I mean, I can still enjoy many other things. So it's not no it's no skin off my back. But Scott goes, yep. But I mean, it's like that. He said he would be in the show tonight, so I took him at his word. You know. So I mean, I can tell you right now, he's not going to be on because Jared is not this late. Anytime for a show, he's not been this late. He's maybe 3 minutes into a show at the latest, and he's in here. You know, so I'm not going to reach out to him. I sent him a video last night, a little 10-second video on TikTok. I've been texting him every night before that, and it's up to him. You know, now Scott goes, if he's going to be a manager, he has to be more responsible. Well, he never accepted the job. I'll say that. I just told him I wanted him to think about it. I said it's nothing I wanted you to jump on board right away. But one thing I can't have in a manager is if he's falling off the deep end and wants to drink all the time. If that's what it is, I don't know. He said he'd been on a 3-day binge. I don't know if he meant a 3-day drinking binge or a pot binge or what. I mean, I don't know. And I don't know if him and Jade has broke up. We don't know anything. We only know that one text he put in the show, and it was real questionable. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know, but I've done all the reaching out that I can do. I mean, yeah, I can reach out some more, but it ain't gonna do me no good. I mean, I can understand it if he's having problems. We all get them in life. Uh, but I mean, going on a 3-day binge ain't gonna solve it either. You know. A Skyline at Skyline says aliens. Where? Oh yeah, that reminds me, Scott. Just thinking of you reminds me what I just seen earlier tonight on TikTok from ABC World News. They're talking about the thing over in Iran now that you know, I know this much. This shit needs to be fucking over with Iran. It's starting to really piss me the fuck off. Uh, 1 minute we have a deal, then the next minute they're sending drones over and bombing us, and then now Trump is not wanting to keep the agreement and all this good bullshit. Why don't we just get down to the fucking dirty, kill every one of the motherfuckers off, like I've said a while back, and get it over with? Then take all the fucking oil and don't sell a drop of it to another country unless they pay us quadruple for it. This is getting really fucking old, you know. Gas is $2.99. I know it, but it's fixing to go right back up, So uh, all this is a bunch of back and forth bullshit that needs to be ended with Iran. We need to go over and clean house, bomb everything in fucking sight except for the oil refineries. Then once that's done and everybody is killed, every man, woman, and child, then take all the oil through the Straits of Hormuz and don't sell it to a country unless they give us quadruple for it, per barrel. And that way this shit's over with. It's really old fucking news. Scott goes, I think we should have you for president. No, no, man. I tell you, well, I mean, I said this a while back, Scott. Uh, I think we should have done cleaned house, so to speak, a long time ago. The American people are getting tired of this dragging on and dragging on. So that's what I'm getting at. Gas, yeah, it's back to $2.99. You're right, but it's going to go back up because of this bullshit uncertainty bull crap. So, I mean, knowing what I know about Middle East and stuff like that too, he already knew you can't deal with them son of a bitches, and you can't. The only thing they understand is give me or kill me. That's all they understand. And he's going to have to kill him. You know, Jamie goes, it's a 3 day break. That's what he's doing. Jared has been taking a break, but I bet from social media, that's probably what it is. I bet. Well, he said a binge. It's been longer than 3 days that he hadn't been on the show here. When someone says a binge, that makes me think of a drinking binge or a drug binge or both. Is what it makes me think of. Uh, I mean, who knows? Well, it's like this, guys. Y'all know me to have a show every night, right? Y'all know everything I do. And just say I take a hiatus and I ain't doing nothing. I pulled a disappearing act and nobody has seen me. Nobody hears anything on me on social media. And then all my friends start reaching out. And after 5 days, they get tired of reaching out and they finally say, well, that motherfucker disappeared. He ain't even on social media for nothing. Fuck him. And that's what everybody would say. And I wouldn't blame them. You know, uh, things do come up. Don't get me wrong. They do. Uh, Scott goes, maybe she called him watching gay porn. Scott. I was trying to think. Oh, I know who told me something about that. Autumn Gibson. Because see, Autumn's got her and her boyfriend live together, right? Me and her was talking in her vehicle. I forget where we was going one day. And I told her about what happened to me, my brother, and his first wife. And I was on the passenger side and she was in the middle and he was in the driver's side. And he got out to do something with his boat. We done loaded it up, and I would pay attention to the magazine she was reading, right? She goes, hey, tell me what you think about this. And she shows it right in front of my face, and I'm looking down, and it's a guy butt screwing another guy. I said, oh, my God, like that. I said, what the hell's the matter with you? She said, well, don't that turn you on? I said, well, fuck, no. I said, why would that turn me on? She goes, well, men like to look at, women naked, right? I said, yeah, but we generally don't like to look at guys, you know. And so I said, what kind of magazine is it? It was a Playgirl, you know. So, and I was telling Autumn Gibson about that. And I said, that'd be like, I said, a woman coming in and she didn't know her husband was a bisexual. She kept coming in and caught him screwing another guy. I said, I don't know about you, but what would you think about that? If, say, hypothetically, if you come in and caught your boyfriend getting it on with another guy. She goes, oh, man, that turned me on. She goes, I'd be all for that. I said, damn, dog. you know. Jamie goes, yep, Scott, yeah. Major's laughing with tears coming out. Uh, but you had to understand all of them too. I mean, it was funny what we was talking about, and everything. I said, some women, I'll tell you this, I told all of them this, I said, the ultimate stab in the back to a woman is this. If say you're married, right, to a woman, and she comes in and catches you getting on with a guy, it's one thing if she comes in and catches you getting it on with a woman. She'll get mad at that woman and she'll forgive you down the road. Down the road, she will. But she comes in and catches you getting it on with another guy. She ain't going to forgive you for that. And she ain't. Scott goes, oh, wait, no. Yeah. Did she really? Did she really what? No, I've never called her boyfriend. I was just talking to her as an example. I said, what would you think if you come in and caught your boyfriend getting it on with another guy? She goes, oh, I'd be all for that. I said, damn, Donald. So, but I was just using him as an example. But I was telling her, too, it's one thing if you're a married couple and a woman comes in and catches you, the man, you're getting on with another woman, she'll get highly pissed off, get mad at that woman, and in time, she'll forgive that husband for that. But she will not forgive him if she comes in and catches him getting it on with another guy. She will never forgive him for that. But yeah, I mean, Jamie goes, wow. I mean, so that's what I'm saying. That's the ultimate stab in the back to a woman, is to come in and catch her husband getting it on with another guy. Just, wow, that's gross. I know it. That's what I'm saying. It's the ultimate betrayal to a woman. It's one thing if she comes in and catches you fooling around with another woman, and it is, she'll get mad about that and she'll forgive that husband in time. But she catches him with another guy doing that, she ain't going to forgive him for that, And Jamie goes, that's sick. Well, I mean, I seen a politician that happened to some years back. He was a Democrat senator or something. And boy, she was really beautiful, you know. She come in and caught him getting it on with another guy. Uh, and eventually she divorced him and he wound up living with his lover, you know, up in Connecticut or somewhere. I feel like you are pranking me. Pranking you? What do you mean pranking you? Are you drinking tonight, Scott? Because if you are, you need to quit. Yeah, I think he's drinking again, Jamie. I'm going to have to get a hold of his wife and tell her, look, you're going to have to shut the doors off to him, make him quit drinking. About Autumn Gibson, that's crazy. Well, I mean, you had to understand how Autumn was. I mean, I guess she was just kidding. I don't know. Uh, you know, she might not have been kidding. She might have said, you know, minute if she caught him getting on with the other guy, she'd be all for that. But she might have been just kidding, and I don't know it. But I still haven't heard nothing from Dakota Wells regarding Elizabeth either, and I haven't. So I don't. You know how Dakota is. You might hear from him once every 2 months. Man, he come on the live show on the TikTok live for about 15 minutes, and that was about it. Then he got out. Other than that, I don't ever hear from him. Jamie goes, well, Scott, that's some gross stuff. Yeah. Well, I mean, it is. That's the ultimate betrayal to a woman. There's no way you could betray her any other worse way than that. What I don't get with a guy is he could have a knockout for a girlfriend or a wife too, and then all of a sudden one day just turn gay. You know, have the most beautifulest woman that any guy could want to have too. You know, one to die for. You know. Well, where's Timothy at? He was in here, Jamie. Did he go to bed? Because I know it's getting close to 10 o'clock. Here lately, the only ones old to you, me. Yeah, I see what you mean. Your grammar's messing up again, Scott. I know Scott's got to be drinking tonight. Uh, I know what you mean. Loyal instead of oil. Well, last night, I mean, I couldn't cut the mustard after an hour. I mean, that's what that alpha will do you. I mean, I just wanted to sleep all day yesterday, all night. Tonight, it's not doing me that way, and that's a good thing. Some nights it does me that way. Some days, nights, 2 days in a row. Uh, Jamie goes, Scott, yesterday on the TikTok live show, Ozzy had to take the trolls off. There you go. Yeah, I did. Off the show. Yeah. Yeah, we had some trolls. Uh, you know, they're everywhere because they were being mean. Yep. Major goes, comments are lagging again. Yeah, I know last night when you pointed that out, they were lagging and they're lagging again tonight. And I don't have anything over me here either. So Timmy goes, good night, everyone. Good night, Timothy. Thanks for being in here tonight, my friend. Appreciate you. Jamie goes, I mean to him. Well, I mean, that comes with the territory. You got to expect that. I do. I expect it, and it happens sometimes. It don't happen on every show, and it don't. But that comes with the territory. You just got to be willing at all times to defend yourself. And as long as you're willing to do that, then things will be okay for you. You can tell them what they can go fucking do, and then that's about it. You know. Uh, Scott goes, good night, Timothy. I mean, I've had people do me that way. I remember, I think it was the first show I ever done. I had it real bad. I had people left and right doing that. I was getting pretty mean with them, and that's what you have to do. A lot of people will do that just to get a rise out of you. Don't get me wrong. A lot of people do that, but when they get a rise out of you, give them the rise. That way they fall. He says good night. But I was wanting to bring this up before I forget about it. I know when I went to Jack in the Box last night, uh, I was talking to Joyce, the lady night manager there, and but when I was crossing Southwest Drive to get there, I mean, I seen looked like close to 30 teenagers out there in the Exxon gas station part, and over there on Jack in the Box property too. Then I seen 3 or 4 JPD officers. I mean, go right into that Exxon gas station with the lights on. I knew something had went on, and they kind of knew me when I was going through there. They said, "Ozzy, where are you going?" I said, "To eat." I kept going. And then I talked to Joyce, and she said, "I said, what is it, about 30 kids out here?" She said, "There was more like 50 out here a while ago." I said, "Well, was there a fight?" She said, "Yeah." And she said, Tahar, he's one of the managers there, that he has to call the law every night because there's so many teenagers out there. I would tell you kids, look, when there's 30 or 40 of you, go do something positive, man. I know school's out, but go do something positive. Go play basketball at the local community centers, stuff like that. Because when there's that many of you kids congregate at a business, they know you're up to doing no good, meaning you're either drinking, doing drugs, or there's fixing to be a fight. And naturally, they're going to call the police on you every time. I know school's out. You need something to do with your time. I get it. But when there's 30 to 40 of you, go play basketball at the community center. We got them here in Jonesboro. They don't want to have to call the law on you, but at the same time, they don't want to call no ambulance to pick you up and take you to a hospital either, because you're in a fight. So it's something for you teenagers to think about. Uh, yeah, it's really lagging tonight. I think it's lagging even worse than it did last night, Major, because I'm not seeing any new text in here now in about 3 to 5. So yeah, it's lagging pretty bad tonight. But also it gives me time. As you know, I don't have my Cricket wireless cap on tonight. But if you're looking for a good wireless plan, and I'm on Cricket Wireless, go check out Cricket Wireless on Southwest Drive. It's right across the street from Coffee Gallery, in between Revenue Office and the Pizza Inn, and the big orange building on the same side of the road as them two. And tell Pal or Lupita or other young lady there that the strut man sent you. They'll fix you right up. Scott goes, yep. Well, Jenny goes, hey, Scott, do you have a 30-pack tonight? He goes, yep. I told you he was drinking. I told you. I knew he. I knew him. I knew he had to be drinking. You know, this is how I know when he's drinking. His spelling gets messed up. That's the first thing. That's the first thing I noticed. Uh, you drink the 30-pack, Scott? Now it's lagging, so you got to understand. Comments are lagging tonight. They were last night. Not yet. Not lagging quite as bad as it was just a minute ago, though. Uh, but I mean, I going back to the Jared thing. I mean, uh, are you working on it? I imagine he is, Jamie. I imagine he's working on it, trying to finish the 30-pack before it finishes him. Trying to, yep, yep. Well, let me ask you something, Scott. On your way to Temple, Texas, did you see any of them prostitutes? And if you did you put in a good word for me? The answer is probably no and no. Nope. Let's see there. Yep. I figured it'd been two no's, a no and a no. Jamie goes, "You will get the 30 pack drunk tonight." Probably so. Uh, but I mean, it's pretty bad that Tahar has to call the JPD every night because there's so many of them teenagers congregating out there. Then there was a wooden baseball bat that was left in the drive-through part last night. And I can tell you why that was left there. When they realized JPD was coming in there, they didn't want to be that being in their vehicle. It wasn't a long wooden one. It wasn't a full size wooden one either. It was a small wooden baseball bat, and they left it right in the drive-through where you go through in the drive-through part of Jackson's box. So Scott goes, "Have grocery store here." Is that where they congregate at? There's Have grocery store there. Uh, hey Jerry, he goes, "You live last night was totally. I was told to leave by female, huh? Your live last night was totally. I was told to leave by a female. I don't understand a word that Jerry just said. HEB. I'm trying to figure out what that means, Scott. HEB. Home and bath grocery store. No, that's not how in. It's the home and bath. I don't know. Uh, Grocery stores in South Texas. Oh, okay. Yeah, Jerry here. I don't know what he means. He goes, "Your live last night was totally. I was told to leave by a female." Everybody's drunk texting. That's what I'm thinking. That's my mind. I knew you was drinking, Scott. That I knew. Well, before you ever told it. I mean, but I don't. I totally don't understand the comment that Jerry said. Your live last night was totally a was told to leave by a female. I wish he'd explain that a little bit better. That way I can understand it. Maybe he will here. A female told him to leave your live show last night. Well, the only one, I don't know who could have done that. It matters, but I don't like being called chubby when I'm starving to death. Well, who was doing that, Jerry? Because I don't remember it. Uh, I know I was going to sleep off and on during the show. Uh, was it Miss Jamie? Because I don't remember it. That's the thing. I don't remember it. It wasn't me. I didn't think it was you, Miss Jamie. Who was calling him chubby? Uh, I didn't think it was you, Miss Jamie. I didn't sound like you. I mean, that's why I'm trying to find out who it was. Jerry goes, yes, I came home. They said there's Chubby asking. Yes, I came home. They said there's Chubby asking to leave. Okay, but who is they? Uh, Jerry's who I'm trying to get. Uh, I don't know. Okay, because I don't remember it. Is why I'm asking. Scott goes, maybe he's been drinking like me. Yeah, because I don't remember any of that from last night's show. That's what I'm saying. Could be he's drinking, and I don't know it. Scott goes, "Are you okay? You take your medicine." He's talking to you, Jerry. Scott is. Yeah, because I knew that wasn't Miss Jamie, and I don't recall someone saying that in the chat last night. Uh, Either is the thing. Jerry goes, I just came on. It was told to leave because I'm chunky. It was during something being said about somebody I may misunderstood, but I don't talk about. Okay. Jerry goes, anyway, you know how sometimes you do not in the mood for. Yeah. Susie for supper. Jerry goes, take my time. I'm supposed to 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Scott, what y'all have for supper tonight? 30 pack of beer? Jared. Uh huh. That probably explains why he's not on the show tonight after he said he would be. You know, because y'all had him for supper. That's why I didn't send him a text regarding anything else. Why I didn't say, "Hey, are you and Jade are still an item, or what's going on? Why was you on the 3 day binge?" That's why I didn't, ask. I figured he would talk something about it on the show tonight. He got Scott goes sushi. I've never got to try sushi ever. Jerry goes, it's okay. Next week, he is going to get hot. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Today wasn't too bad. See, yeah, that's going to be the first week of July. So I guess y'all know now. I seen what Trey Stafford posted today, a little video on, I think on Facebook. I seen it where they're going to do the fireworks display. Yeah, it's going to be at the Arkansas State University football stadium there, Red Bulls football stadium, where they're going to actually do it at this year. So Scott goes 107 today. Were you that, Temple? Jamie goes, well, Scott, you having a good time drinking tonight? Jerry goes, about taking was supposed to. Scott, you sure you and Jerry ain't drinking together? We're both having a stroke at the moment. Okay. Well, when you have a stroke, sing that Clarence song. I've been stroking. That's what I've been doing. Stroking to the east and stroking to the left. Jamie goes, I think they are both drinking. I would suppose so. We cannot spell very well tonight. Yeah, that's why. That's why I always a dead giveaway with you, Scott. I always know when you're drinking because your grammar gets messed up. And Jerry's is messed up. Jerry goes, did you get heat today, Ozzy? Did I get heat? No, I didn't go strutting today, so I mean it didn't really affect me that bad today. But uh, I'm hoping to get back out there tomorrow, strutting though. So I think I'm gonna go over here to the clinic and see if they can go ahead and prescribe me some medicine until I can get in to see a primary care physician. I am definitely staying away from beef. Uh, Scott goes, yep. To Jamie's question, yeah. They are probably drunk tonight. Well, it'd be a safe bet. Yeah, I drink water. I drink sweet tea, no alcohol. Well, that's me. I mean, I don't. Sometimes I'll drink a little junk like a Coke or something like that. But other than that, I drink Powerade and water mostly. I mean, I do like my energy shots and stuff like that, and coffee, and of course all that good stuff. But Scott goes, Jerry R. Deep and Gentleman Jack. Well, your grammar's really messing up again, Scott. Jerry R. Deep and Gentleman Jack. Jerry R. Deep. Well, did y'all actually work today, Scott? Uh, I've been kind of wondering that today if y'all work, you and the crew work today. Let me see here how much more charge I got. 100% good. That's So Uh, Jerry goes, no, the medicines I'm on and alcohol yourself in there. Scott goes, no. Jerry goes, my medicine will equal death next year. Well, I wouldn't take it, the medicine then, if it's going to equal death next year. Uh, what up, Scott? Jamie goes, the ceiling. Yeah, no shit. Jamie goes, how's that, Mr. Scott, doing? I think Jamie's been drinking now. Her spelling's getting messed up here. Uh, how's that, Mr. Scott, doing? I think I got three alcoholics in the live chat tonight, folks. Uh, how's the best friend Scott doing? Well, now that sounds a little better. Uh, well, I think he's about 9 sheets up there. I guess according to Jerry, if he keeps taking his medicine, it'll meet his death in a year. Uh, uh, I see where Scott said, what is the medicine that you're on, Jerry? I think it's kill me medicine. The way he talked, I guess you could call it kill me medicine. Uh, God goes, I am okay to Jamie's question. And then Jerry goes, no, not putting my meds on your scale, on scalp, I mean. Well, I'm glad you're not putting your meds on my scalp. It weighed my scalp down. We don't need nothing to weight that down. Jamie goes, no, Miss Jamie does not drink or nothing. Well, it makes the person wonder when your grammar starts getting kind of like Scott's and Jerry's. I am worried about Jerry, Scott goes. Yeah, I would think so. Yeah. I mean, if medicine's making him act this way, like as far as the typing and stuff he's doing, and that it's going to bring him death in a year, I mean, uh, if it means he could live past a year, then I would say not take it then. Jerry goes, that's if I was going to drink with it. Oh, okay. Jamie goes, I was just typing too fast. I don't do alcohol or nothing. Yeah. Well, Daniel and Taryn, I wonder what they're doing over in Gosnell, Arkansas tonight. Jamie, I imagine paying the bills. Uh, it's rare if they ever come in this show live chat anymore. Uh, no, I type too fast. Okay, well, I type fast. Jamie goes, that's my problem. Well, I mean, I type fast. Sometimes I'll type in a wrong letter or number. I see it right off the bat and I correct it. Scott goes, me and Jerry did not finish ninth grade. I didn't either. I got kicked out 2 weeks into it. Yeah. Scott goes, live on Common Sense or live on Common Sense. Well, yeah. I'll be glad when we get to spice up the show. I'm shooting for the night of the 30th, but it could be the first night, first or second of July on the night on the night show on the show that night. I guess that's the best way to put it. Uh, Jerry goes, if I drink with it, it's supposed to be a side effect. Well, then I would say don't drink with it. Who is going to DJ? I guess me on the YouTube part. Uh, you like to DJ it on the TikTok part. Jared was supposed to fit into that, do it tonight, I think, but you know, TikTok going to be o'clock, o'clock. Okay, 9 o'clock. Okay, 9 o'clock. I missed it there. 9 o'clock. Well, when I run the two shows at the same time, it'll be on at the same time. YouTube will be on. Uh, you know, Jerry message retracted, and Jamie goes, "Yep, yep, that's good. That will be good." Yeah, yeah. I mean, the shows will get better. That's for sure. The upcoming shows are fixing to really take this show off and be a really more great show. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I was auto texting. Jerry goes, "Oh, okay." But see, Jared was supposed to do it one night. You supposed to do it one night. Of course, I was supposed to do it on the YouTube part. So, but I mean, I guess it'll be me and you switching off DJing, I guess, because Jerry goes, I think my spell check has been what? Your spell check has been that wind feels pretty good down through here. Okay, just no Facebook. Well, I mean, yeah. See, the way I'm going to do the two live shows is every night it'll be on YouTube. But one night it'll be on Facebook Live, the next night it'll be on TikTok Live, but with the YouTube Live at the same time. You know, so uh, I mean, I can just do it TikTok Live and YouTube Live. I can just do it them two at the same time every night. Probably what I'll do. Probably to be honest with you, that's what I'm thinking right now. Anyway, Scott. Uh, recheck your education. Here it goes. Okay, I don't know what that means. Recheck your education. I mean, I only went into 2 weeks of the ninth and got kicked out. I got a GED in some years down the road, but that was about it. Scott goes, I think that would probably be a better choice. That's what I was thinking, Scott. It'd be a better choice just to do the TikTok live at the same time with YouTube live. Is what I'm thinking. And they'll give me another phone at Cricket. I done talked to Pal about it, and it'll be $30 extra a month. I can swing it, you know. So, because I mean, I really want Spice to show up, do music trivia night, do a sports night, do a movie trivia night too. You know. Uh, hey, Rebel Sun 94, what's up, fellas? How y'all doing? We doing okay, man. How you doing? Well, Timothy would like to see this right here by at Rebel Sun 94. Uh, that's what I was thinking too, Scott. That the TikTok live simultaneously at the same time with YouTube live. That way we don't have to switch to Facebook one night. You know, we could, but I mean, we can just keep it more simpler doing it like that. Jerry goes, I retired, so I'm now so much better than Scott. Well, Scott could retire if he wanted to right now, but he likes to stay working. So Scott goes, there will be somebody else that comes in like Jared for a few months and then be gone again. Well, you know, people come and go. You know that, Scott. I mean, that's the storybook of my life, anyways. I mean, anytime anybody wanted to get close to me, with the exception of Major, uh, Jamie, and Timothy, those three, anybody that wanted to be a close friend to me after about that a length of time, then they just go flying off to the sunset. And I'd never hear from them again. So that's usually the way it does go with me, and I imagine it goes that way for most everybody anymore. You know, so what it is well, I guess they have different agendas than what I have. Nothing is usually ever said between me and that person, and vice versa. They just stop. You know. Jamie goes, "Hello, Rebel." But you're right, about 3 months, and that's usually the way it goes. They just you don't hear from that person no more. You know, it tells me a direct message that I'm not even on their radar. You know, is what it tells me. I say, silence speaks in itself. Even if nothing is said between you and that person in a smart, coy way, just for some reason you're not even on their radar anymore. You know. Jenny goes, "How are you, Rebel, tonight?" Yes, how are you doing tonight, Rebel? I mean, that's fine with me. If somebody wants to continue to do that, that's fine. If they want to hang for 3 months and then just quit, that's fine by me. Rebel goes, I'm doing okay tonight. Jamie, how are you? I mean, that's the way Autumn Gibson was. Charlie Moon Smith, same way. Exactly about 3 months. You know, nothing was said between me or any of the two in a coy, smart way. I didn't say nothing to Autumn, but she did me. Same with Charlie. You know, they just, uh, I'm not even on their radar. And that's the way I took it. You know, there's been some others. You know, they ain't the only one. You know, she goes, I'm doing good tonight, Rebel. Uh, uh, Okay, Scott, I don't know what you mean by that. It me though. Okay, message retracted by Scott. Thanks for blocking yourself, Scott. Not me though. No, no, no. I mean, Major has been with me longer than 3 months. I'll say that he has. He. Uh, I was trying to think. I think it was November, early to mid November, early November. I think when he first come and met me for the first time. So he's been longer. Uh, Major goes, yep, yep. See, I thought it was about that time, Major. Uh, Rebel goes, that's good, Jamie. Jamie goes, not me though. No. Now you and Timothy had known me 3 months yet. Uh, I'll give y'all that. Y'all had not yet, not quite that yet. Scott goes, I remember when Major came along. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I thought it was early November. I thought it was. Jamie goes, not Timothy either. No, no, not Timothy either. Rebel Son goes, what's your stream about, Ozzy Rose? Well, I mean, the way it's been for 14 months, I've had a live show, Rebel. I always just pride it on we talk about whatever we want to talk about. We don't give a damn what it is. We don't care who don't like it. If they like it, that's a great thing. If they don't like it, it's on them. And usually that's what we talk about, whatever the guests want to talk about. But I will say this, Rebel, the shows are fixing to really get really good on here. Once I get paid, then we're going to expand the horizon, so to speak. I'm going to buy a Bluetooth speaker. I'm going to play music. We're going to have movie trivia on here. We're going to do two shows at the same time, a TikTok live with the YouTube live every night. So things are fixing to get really good for the show. I think the viewers will like it a lot better. The guests will too. So I would say, give me till June 2nd tops. Then those two things will be coming along in the show at the latest, June 2nd. It could be the earliest. I mean July 2nd. It could be the latest June 30th. The earliest June 30th and the latest July 2nd. I'm sorry. Uh, well, hell yeah, Ozzy. Thanks, Rebel. I mean, because Scott was right. Scott's the one that had the ideas here. He said we got to spice the show up, which he was right. Jamie goes, yeah, Rebel. We are all just good friends, and we like to talk and hang out. That's basically about it. She's right. Scott goes, Rebel. We love fat girls and fried bologna sandwiches. Jamie goes, we just talk about anything and everything. Yeah, that's true. I mean, sometimes I'll do an afternoon TikTok live show, and a lot of times it's rated R on there, but sometimes it's triple X on here. And I tell people it's not for the faint of heart. I mean, we talk about anything: drugs, alcohol, politics, religion, you name it, sex, anything. Uh, Rebel goes, that sounds good, Jamie and Scott, and Ozzy sounds fun. I love fat women too. Well, that old Queen hit Fat Bottom Girls, and my wife hated that fucking song. I mean, when it would come on the radio, and I would tell her every time, they're not making fun of fat women. They're giving them glory. There's a difference. You know, Fat Bottom Girls is what makes the rockin' world go around, like they say. Okay, I don't like that damn song. Scott goes, drugs, sex, and rock and roll. Yeah. I tell her, listen to the words of the music. You would understand what they're talking about. But she didn't want to even try. You know, I said no because you like that fucking Garth Brooks. She goes, that's right, that's my favorite singer. I said, oh, I know it is. Rebel goes, I love weed and women. Well, there you go. You can love worse things. I can tell you that, and you could. You know, you get done like I done. You could have liked the shit 100 proof schnapps. That's worse. Scott goes, we don't turn anything down but face down. There you go. Well, Scott, when they bury you, for your funeral, they need to have an open casket and make sure your face is face down in the pillow and that your pants and underwear is pulled down to your knees so everybody can kiss your ass. That's how Elvis died. That's exactly how Elvis died. When he got up off that toilet and he fell, his underwear and his pajamas was down his legs, and he was face down. I think it was the living room area from the bathroom there, and he basically told all of them in his mansion to kiss his ass, and there was quite a few in it. So sorry I kicked the kickstand here, but uh, that's truly what happened to Elvis. He told everybody in that fucking mansion to kiss his ass, literally. Uh, Jamie goes, yeah, Rebel. Yeah, Rebel. Miss Jamie is the only female on here. Scott goes, they can buy me on my back. That way they can suck my dick. Well, that's even worse. Then Rebel goes, I'm a recovering alcoholic. It's okay, Jamie. I love women. Well, we're all recovering from something, I guess. Rebel. Uh, some could say I'm recovering from a woman. Uh, you know, I guess maybe in Jared's case, that maybe that's what he's doing is recovering. I don't know. I can't get him to come on the show to maybe elaborate what's going on with him. Like I told Jamie and Timothy this afternoon out here, I said, now if he's in jail or if he's an inpatient in the hospital, I can understand him not giving me a text, maybe. But I said, I'm not going to text him no more. Then after they left, I checked my phone, seeing where he finally did text me. Uh, Scott goes, I'm recovering from life. There you go. Jamie goes, that's good, Rebel. Well, I mean, you can recover from worse things too than just alcohol. I mean, you can. You can be recovering from a lot worse things than that. Uh, Jamie, I meant to tell you, somebody has dropped another kitten. I seen it late last night out here. This is how long the kitten is. That's how long the kitten is. I barely seen it. And it shot off when it seen me. But its eyes hadn't been open maybe, if its eyes have been open maybe a week tops. So I hadn't seen it none today and tonight. Rebel goes, I heard that, Scott. Thank you, Jamie. Uh, yeah, you hear what Scott said. He's recovering from life, and thanks, Jamie. Yeah, I mean, Rebel, Jamie goes, welcome. You're welcome, Rebel. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, when someone says that they're a recovering alcoholic or drug addict, which addict to me, an addict is an addict, whether it's to alcohol or drugs, addiction is addiction. I say, well, there's worse things you can be recovering from. I said, take it from a fellow addict. There's worse things that you can be recovering from than from drugs and alcohol. You know, I tend to believe I'm more so a recovering nut from mental problems, from depression. I had that for 50 straight years. I don't suffer from that anymore. You know, but Rebel goes, I'm recovering from the shit I took. Well, I mean, my addiction to a drug and a drink was only 4 years. That's it. But most people with addictions to alcohol or drugs have it for a lot of years. But I have seen it where I've seen one guy I met, he's been clean and sober for almost 50 years. So, I mean, you can achieve real sobriety if you want it. You got to want to quit it bad enough, that's for sure. Uh, Now, I'm not saying depression can't ever come back and hit me, it can. But there's a big difference today. I know how to deal with things, shake it loose, and keep on moving forward. And I know what makes me happy every day, and that's why I do that. So if something was to hit me to make me that way, I know how to get myself out of that way, and that's what I'll do. Jamie goes, you will have to join our show every night at nine Rebel, and have to be our new friend to Rebel. There you go. I've got 178 subscribers now, guys. I wanted to let y'all know in case you didn't know. I imagine y'all knew, but I got 178 subscribers. So I'm greatly appreciated, by the way. But I mean, who knows if Jared's been on the bench, he might be sitting in jail tonight. Is why he's not on the show tonight. It could be that too. Well, I think what Jamie means here is we would like you, we would love for you to come on the show every night. Rebel, she goes, we would live. I think she meant love for you to come on the show every night. Now, sometimes it's 9:30 p.m. like tonight before it came on. The earliest 9 p.m., the latest 9:30. But I'm going to see when the show ends if he sent me a text. He may have sent me another text saying why he wasn't going to be in the show tonight after he claimed he was going to be. Rebel Sun goes, I just subscribed. I will, Jamie. Thanks for subscribing, Rebel Sun. We appreciate you. I don't know if Jerry's still in here or not. I think the rhythm here is slowed down again. Uh, Jamie goes, yeah. Uh, Last night it was really. Uh, where are you from, Rebel Son? You asking me? Well, I was born in Paragould, Arkansas, but I was raised in Truman, Arkansas until I left home as an older teenager. Uh, uh, that's what I'm. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Is what Jamie said. That's what I figured. Yeah. Where are you from, Rebel Son? Thanks. She said. You're welcome. Where are you from, Rebel Son? You from Arkansas? Where are you from? You're welcome. You're mighty welcome. Rebel Son, if you're still in the chat here, where are you from? You don't mind me asking. Uh, I live in Boulder, Colorado. Okay, cool, cool. Well, I would say you would like Colorado a lot better than you would Arkansas, because I know about quite a bit about Colorado, and I would say you probably wouldn't like the winters y'all have there, but other than that, the rest of the time of the year y'all do. You know, Scott goes, that's not very far from Denver. No, Scott was 90 days in Denver here not very long ago before he went to Branson, and now he's in Temple, Texas. So I hear y'all have no mosquitoes there. That's a bonus. Like I said, the winters are usually pretty brutal there, but other than that, spring and summer I hear is people really like it there in Colorado. Jamie goes, cool. I mean, I know that I would like living in Colorado if I could just simply get used to the winters. Then I would like Colorado. You know, I was in Arvada. Okay, your spelling's getting bad again, Scott. You might want to lighten up on the beer. I think you meant Nevada. You was in Denver, remember, Scott? You said Nevada, but you meant Denver. You was in Denver. No, look it up on the map. I thought you said you was in Denver, Mile High City. It's a suburban right outside of Denver. Okay, It's not that far, Scott. I was raised in Alabama, but moved away about 10 years ago. Jerry, are you still in the chat? Jeremy goes, cool. Yeah, Jerry goes, PTSD, depression, anxiety, rage, and seizures are why I can't drink. Sound like a good reason not to. Rebel Sun goes, marijuana is legal here. Yeah, both ways there. Yeah, medical and recreational there. Yeah. What part of Alabama, Jamie's asking you? Where you from, Rebel Sun? Yeah, it's slowing down. I was from Fort Deposit, Alabama. Fort Deposit. I've never heard of Fort Deposit. No, no. It's a mixed berry City Life cigar. I've been asked that many times. I say many, I don't know, about 5 to 10 times. Like when I've been out strutting and stuff. I said, no, it's not a blunt. It's a City Life cigar. Well, if someone turned me on to it, I probably would. But I mean, that'd be about the only way. I wouldn't buy any, you know. I know this guy who he had a mouth problem like I did, and he done it for a lot more years than even I did. And he this is how he quit meth. He started smoking pot, and but he doesn't have a problem with the pot. You know what I'm saying? And he don't. And he's been clean from the shit. I think 5 plus years. You know. So now his wife, she's an addict, and she won't even use marijuana. She won't. So she don't use nothing because she said if she did, it'd make her want to go, use her drug of choice. See, like me, it wouldn't make me want to go use my drug of choice. You know. I go to the dispensary every day almost, laughing with tears coming out. I bet you do. Jamie goes, we never heard of that. No, like we ain't got 3 dispensaries here. Uh, Scott goes, do you like to smoke, Miss Jamie? She don't smoke anything. That I can tell you. Now, Timothy, he smokes cigarettes, cigars, and dips. What it is, he's a tobaccoholic. That's the way I was. I was a tobaccoholic. I used to dip, chew, smoke cigarettes, smoke cigars. Rebel Sun goes, smoke some weed with me, Miss Jamie. Well, it'd be kind of hard for her to do that. Anyways, you're in Colorado and she's here in Jonesboro, and that's a long, long way. The only way y'all can smoke together is if y'all sent one another smoke signals from Colorado to Jonesboro and Jonesboro back to Colorado. Jamie goes, no, oh no, heck, freaking no. No, she don't smoke anything. I do not smoke either. No, he just funnels. I mean, we'll have recreational here, guys. It's going to happen some years down the road here, but we're going to have it. We're going to have recreational here. Uh, oh, son goes, Scott, do you smoke? No, Scott don't smoke anything. Jerry goes, yes. Yeah, I mean, about recreational, Jerry. Yeah. Because they know they can tax that like they did the medical. They see what Missouri's doing, so they know that they can tax it and the state can make more money off that. So it's a matter of time before we get recreational here. You know, Scott goes, no. Jerry goes, no, I mean, I'm still in the chat. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I was wondering because I hadn't heard nothing from you in a little bit on here, Jerry. Uh, traffic report. This traffic report is brought to you by Parker Road Specialty Pharmacy on Parker Road here in Jonesboro, Arkansas. As you can hear, big 18 wheeler going down the service ramp going to I 555 South. There's a vehicle coming up Parker Road northbound, and there's another vehicle, two more vehicles actually going on the I 555 ramp to go with I 555 South. There's nothing going southbound on Parker Road, nothing going northbound or southbound on Southwest Drive. And that's your traffic report. My conditions by the page back up. There he goes. My conditions by the page back up. Okay, I don't know what he means by that. Scott goes, his traffic report is brought to you by Jared, the guy that does not come on the show anymore. Well, I mean, there might be a good excuse why he said that he was coming on the show tonight and then didn't show up in the show. Might have been he's in jail, but I don't know. Now he may have sent me a text since I went live on here, and that would be on the TikTok account, and so I won't know until I end the show to see. But Rebel Sun goes, is Jared the subway guy? No, I think he's in jail, ain't he? Didn't he get convicted on some child molestation charges or something? Scott goes, yeah, yeah, I think he's in prison. I think. Don't hold me to it. Scott goes, LOL. But yeah, I mean, I don't know regarding Jared. I don't know if he's. But I mean, only thing I know of what he said here in the show was that she was in Heber Springs and he was on his way to Little Rock. He just wanted to jump in here and let everybody know, and that was about 5 or 6 nights back. Johnny goes, yeah, yeah, Scott, and then Scott goes, his girlfriend left him. What do you think, Miss Jamie? She goes, yep. I mean, that could be a distinct possibility. Jamie goes, yep. Just profile picture. Okay, Rebel Sun goes, Jamie's profile picture is cute. Jerry goes, I have compulsive sadness to order PTSD, wrong problems, mental problems with depression, loud noises set me off. I drink eggs, not increase my chance of. Uh, Jamie goes, thanks, thank you, Rebel Sun. Rebel Sun goes, you're welcome, Jamie. He goes, yes, I think so. Uh, well, I mean, she may have. I mean, that might what sent him off on the bench. I don't know. We don't know anything because he won't let us know anything. I mean, Jamie goes, yes, I think she left him. Guy goes, we are just using our imagination. I can tell that. I mean, if I was a betting man, say if I hypothetically, if I was going to bet, I would say they're not together. By him saying he's been on a 3-day binge, I would say they're not together. Be safe bet. But he could prove me wrong too. There was no shame in that either. Uh, Jerry goes, the ones on the market. And then Jamie goes, I don't think she did. I do think she did. Yeah. And Scott goes, she's tired of supporting him. I don't know what it could be over if they are broke up. That is, I mean, who knows? Jamie goes, yes. Rebel Son goes, I was gonna go hiking today, but it was storming. Good reason not to go hiking. Jamie goes, yes, Scott. I don't know why he was going to Little Rock though. That kind of got me baffled about him. Heber Springs is where they was vacationing at, so I don't know why. He said that. Y'all know he said that she was in Heber and he was on his way to Little Rock. Gotta go. He has no job. Well, that might not be why they're split up though. It could be over something else. At Brad Beavers, Bud misspelled his name. Brad Beavers, glad to hear from you. Me and Abe had fallout. Been taking care of legal issues. Sounds good, Bud. Here comes the program fixing to get spiced up. Scott. Jerry goes, girlfriend stuff to reach out to her. Jamie goes, yes, I bet she is, Scott. I mean, if they are broke up, well, I don't know that they are, but if they are, it could be, who knows under what conditions they're broke up. But I tend to believe they might be by him saying that he's been on a 3-day binge. You know, Janie goes, yes, I bet she is, Scott. I know that they were supposed to come back to Jonesboro for a day or two. Then they were supposed to further the vacation on down in Florida. But it doesn't look like that's going to be the case, at least with his end on it. Scott goes, or Rebel Son goes, do you know about horses, Ozzy? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Uh, I know I don't want to be a horse's ass. I know a little bit about them. Scott goes, Miss Jamie always agrees with me. She would agree with anything. Uh, but if I was a betting man, I would say they are broke up because by him saying he'd been on a 3-day binge when they were supposed to come back to Jonesboro, had to spend a day or two here, then further the vacation on down in Florida because he said that she said they were going to Florida for the next part of the vacation. So, but who knows what they would be broke up over? We have a horse ranch here, is what Rebel Sun says. Oh, well, okay. Uh, Bud Beavers goes, hope all has been well. God bless you. Well, thanks, Bud. You too. Hope all has been well with you. Jamie goes, yes, I do. Always, Scott. Scott goes, she's with another man in Florida right now. Well, it could be another man. It could be the same man being Jared, or it could be a woman, or it could be all the above. Or I could be wrong on all the above. But it's like this. If they're definitely not going to get back together, if they are split up, then he's got to quit soaking in sadness. Because when it's over, it's over, and when that's over, it means something else begins again, which means you got to go out, mingle, and play the field, so to speak. You know, uh, Rebel Son goes. Me and my family started raising cattle and have horses we breed. Sounds good. I know one thing: there's a right way and a wrong way to shoe a horse, and you never step right behind the horse to shoe it. You step on the side of it towards the back end to shoe a horse on the back end, or you'll wish to God you had. Scott, Jenny goes, "Yep, Scott." I mean, but I don't know if he meant a drinking binge, a drug binge, or what kind of binge he meant. 3-day binge. Uh, but he just goes, "Amen." I mean, you know, I don't know. I can understand her if she didn't want him to be in the live show here when they're on vacation. I can get that too, because naturally she probably wanted to spend some private time. That's what vacations are about with couples. Uh, Real son goes, don't ever get behind a horse without it knowing it gets spooked and kicked. That's right. Scott goes, a gay one, LOL, saying about uh, Jared. I mean, I don't know. Maybe she called him. Could be that. Could be. Real son goes, someone must be milking a bull. Well, this guy that was coming on the show every night from the start of it here on YouTube Live, it's going on a week. He hadn't been in the live chat here, and he sent me a text earlier today saying he was apologizing, saying he'd been on a 3 day binge, and said that he would be on the show tonight. And of course, he's not keeping his word, so to speak. Uh, Scott goes, oh, she is milking one in Florida. Well, uh, I'm beginning to really think now, guys. I don't think he's going to come back on the show now because by him saying that to me in a text that he was going to be in the show tonight, and then by him not being on tonight, that kind of tells me he's probably not going to be back on. Which that's okay. That's his right, and that's fine with me. Uh, Bud goes, damn, LOL. Yeah, what Scott was saying, and then Jamie goes, could be. You never know. She might have called him, may not have, maybe over something else. Could be over finances they're split up over. Could be anything. Scott goes, you snooze, you lose, Jared. Well, I mean, I just really don't think there's much prospects for him to come back on because by him sending me that text and then him not coming on tonight after saying he would, it kind of tells me he's not probably not going to be back in. Scott goes, I never give nobody's the benefit of the doubt. Well, I give them the benefit of the doubt, but at the same time, I see things for what they really are. Now, being said, he could prove me wrong and come back on this show tomorrow night, and he could, you know, but when someone says they're definitely going to do something and then they don't, then Jamie goes, yep, that's right. I give people benefit of the doubt, but I think about it when I do. And then I kind of see things for how they really are. So uh, Scott goes, he would have to tell everybody sorry. Well, that's why I don't think he's going to be back in the show. See, that's my own take. Why would he? Well, I want to come back on. Uh, Rebel Son goes, Jamie, you should come up here and ride a horse. Well, if she did that, she'd have to save a cowboy. She'd have to save a horse and ride a cowboy, so to speak. So, but I mean, that's what kind of keeps hitting me here that he's probably not going to be back in here. Because I know what he'd be saying. Well, I did tell Ozzy I was going to come on that show, and then I turned around and didn't come on. But Beavers goes, I moved back after the 4th. Jonesboro. Rose Sun goes, are you from Colorado, Jamie? She is from her mother, but don't tell her father. Yeah. Uh, yeah. The most common question I'm asked from some new woman follower on TikTok is, "Where are you from?" And more than not anymore, I just say from my mother. Bud goes, "I moved to Paragould." Oh, you're moving to Paragould? I feel sorry for you. No, I'm not from Colorado. No, she's not. I really feel for you if you're moving to Paragould on the east side. That's the worst part of Paragould, the whole east side. It ain't worth the fuck. You know, the businesses ain't worth the fuck, and the fucking people ain't either. Uh, God goes, "I thought you were moving to Jonesboro." Well, that's what I thought he was going to, too. I'm from Arkansas, Jamie goes, born and raised Arkansas country girl. In other words, she's a hillbilly. I thought he was moving to Jonesboro, too. I guess probably what it was, he might have got him a cheaper place, maybe in Paragould or something. I don't know. Or maybe he got a job there. Wanted to just live there if he got a job there. I found a cheaper price there. Yeah, place there. Yeah, was just saying. Yeah. Scott goes, and she loves her brother and cousin Timothy. LOL. Scott says, "Well, yeah, that's what I figured. That's why he was moving to Paragould. Probably cheaper rent, or if he got a job there, it'd be right where his job's at, town is in." So, Rebel Sun goes, "Arkansas, not that far from me. No, but it's not that close either." Scott goes, "Do you have to get permission from Timothy, her husband?" Now, guys, I am going to end the show right at 2 hours because I got to post the show, then post the show highlights on TikTok, and then I got to do a new confessions video. So it'll be a 2 hour show just for tonight. Uh, yeah, Scott, she said, or Scott, he goes. Scott goes, or Scott. Yeah. Rebel Jamie married? Yep. Scott said, yo, yeah. She has to put him to bed at night at 10 p.m. because he has to get up and go to work the next day. That's why he's not in here. Scott goes, and she has a boyfriend. Rebel Son goes, "I respect marriage." 100. So more than not, I have a feeling the Lord's going to make me go straighten up tomorrow. But it'll probably be after I go see a doctor over here at the St. Bernard's Clinic. See if they'll prescribe me a medicine for the alpha gal that I got, and see about learning some more information about it as well. Uh, then I'll probably go straight from there if I was a betting man. Bud Beavers goes facts about what Rebel Son said about our respect marriage. Rebel Son goes, "I was flirting with Jamie, but I didn't know she was married." Well, she don't mind you flirting with her, but yeah, she's married. He goes, "I'm sorry, Jamie." Well, that's okay. Her husband flirts with her too, as well as her boyfriend Scott. Uh, Yep, Scott. She goes, yes, Scott. So we got 15 more minutes, folks, and then I'll end it for tonight since I got to do the a new 51st, I think, confessions video. You know it, Scott. It's okay. You're saying that to Rebel there. It's okay, Rebel. Yep, I knew she meant that to Rebel there. You're fine. Her her husband flirts with her. He just don't do it to her in front of others. I really feel for this little tiny kitten. I've not seen it none today or tonight. And I know somebody had to have dropped it off out here. It is so young. Uh, I know its eyes hadn't been open past a week. That's how little it is. So if I could see Mark Reeves tomorrow night when he comes to Hot Works Gym, I'm going to talk to him about it because he took in the last one and see if I could ever catch it. Would he take it? If he would, then I'll try to be on the lookout for it. Try to catch it because all it's going to do is simply get run over and killed out here, and it's not going to be able to survive. It's too young. You know, Rebel, you're fine. I promise. Jamie goes, and Bud Peters goes, I'll never get married again. Me neither. And Jamie goes, you're welcome, Rebel. Rebel goes, I'm smoking a bowl. Thank you, Jamie. Yeah. Well, usually that's what Jerry would do during the live show here. That's when he would smoke a bowl. But uh, I think the bowl is smoking him right now. If I was a betting man. You don't know. Uh, Rebel Sun goes, I'm a flirt with Ozzy then. I don't know what it is about these Jeep Wranglers, though, and all these little ducks across the dash. I don't know what that is. I'm going to have to ask someone that's got one of them one of these days. Bud Beavers goes, back off, he's mine. I ain't nobody's. I don't know if Jerry's still in here. Man, the traffic is almost backed up on Southwest Drive now. I mean, it's bumper to bumper right now. And boy, it's really going down out the I-555 ramp right now, too. I don't know where this explosion of traffic come from, but I mean, it just exploded. Uh, Scott goes, broke mountain going on here. I feel you, Scott. Jamie goes, you can ask the boyfriend on here, Scott. Scott goes, yep. Uh, Bud goes, okay, I went to church and got saved today. I'm trying to turn my life around. Well, good news for you then, Bud. I'm glad you did. Uh, Jamie goes, the boyfriend Scott knows about flirting with me. Rebel Sun goes, Jamie can just be my internet girlfriend. Well, yeah. Now the traffic is dead now. I mean, it was an explosion of traffic, though. I mean, it's like something just let out. and then now it's like dead. Jerry goes, how many days are rheumatoid? Bud goes, I quit corn and drinking, corn liquor and drinking. Uh, uh, Rebel Sun goes, let me bum a cigarette, Ozzy. Well, I mean, that'd be kind of hard to do considering you're in Boulder, Colorado, and I'm in Jonesboro, Arkansas. Where you at, Scott? Yeah. Jamie goes, you still on? And then Scott goes, after the show is over, let us know what Jared said. Well, I will if I found out anything. I'll send you a text, Scott, you and Jamie. Uh, uh, in a text, right? Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, yeah, I will if I hear if I see anything. Jamie goes, yeah, yeah. Rebel Sun goes, tell Jared I want free Subway. Well, that's not the same Jared. Jared goes, they're going to the smokers in the room. Jamie, I gotta stand up a minute. Uh, minute. Uh, Jamie goes, yep, fire in the hole. Here he goes. We got 5 more minutes, guys. Been a great show, though. I mean, but like I tell everybody, the show is going to be stepped up, spice wise. Uh, I'm shooting for the 30th of June at the latest, July the 2nd, on the nightly shows. And then when I do an afternoon show on TikTok Live, I'll be spicing it up with those type of things there. too. So a rebel goes, I'm high now. Okay, good to hear that. Scott's drunk, so he's drunk. You're high. Uh, Jamie goes, yeah, I bet. uh, he goes, yeah, I bet you are. Yeah, that's what happens when you smoke pot. Though you usually get that way. I'm smoking on purple yoga. I mean, it ain't purple haze. It's just smoking on. Purple haze is the way to go. That's when they'll make you want to go graze. Uh, Bud goes, sweet. And then Jamie goes, yeah. Yeah, you're smoking up purple haze. It'll definitely make you want to go graze. You eat up everything in the house. Uh, Jamie goes, yeah, yep, yep, yeah. Scott goes, you should come to Temple and walk, Ozzy. Well, remember, I was supposed to go maybe do that in Branson. Uh, Rebel Sun goes, I'm eating some chips. I bet. If you get high on pot, it's more than just chips. It's really loving the chips. But yeah, it'd be kind of hard for me to get there. It's going to be hard if I tried to go from here to Branson. I was going to see if you and the wife would have come pick me up for me to be there a week, but uh, I knew y'all couldn't swing it, so I don't think I'll be getting to come to Temple. Well, son goes, I'm going to get some Creek Oreos and milk soon. Oh yeah, that sounds good too. Jamie goes, yeah. We got two. Well, no, I'll take it back. We got 3 minutes. But if I want Oreos and milk, all I got to do is go about 300 feet to my left. They got an Oreo milkshake over at Jack in the Box. It's pretty good. It don't have the big chunks of Oreo. It has the small bits in it, but it's good though. That might make me hungry. LOL. Bud goes. Jerry goes. I'm hungry. I'm Ozzy. Nice to meet y'all. Yep, it does. Jamie goes. Yeah. Okay, we got 1 minute, guys. It's been another great show. I really enjoyed it. Of course, the Alpha Gal wasn't working on me tonight to make me get tired and sleepy, so that's a plus, of course. Jamie, I want to thank you and Timothy both for being on the show tonight, as always. Thank y'all. You too, Scott, my moderator and friend down in Temple, Texas. I appreciate y'all. Bud Beavers, I appreciate you coming in here tonight. We hadn't heard from you in a little while. Uh, Also, Rebel Son, new subscriber. Thank you for coming in uh, from Boulder, Colorado tonight. I appreciate you too. Jerry, my homeboy down in Texas, down in Truman, Arkansas. Thank you so much for coming in here tonight, as always too. Uh, Great show, Bud says. Sorry, I was missing in action. God bless. That's okay, Bud. I'm glad you're doing better, buddy. Thank you so much. Rebel Sun goes, good night, y'all. I love you, Jamie. And Jamie goes, yeah, people, and yeah, peeps. uh, the red light district I've seen from Scott on here. But yeah, I want to thank all of y'all, as always, for being on this show every night. It's greatly appreciated. Uh, Scott goes, Jared, thank you for standing him up. Yeah. But please tune in tomorrow night for hopefully it'll be a 9 p.m. Central Standard Time Strut Man show, or at the latest 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I hope y'all have all had a great Sunday today, and I hope you're having a great Sunday night. God bless you all. And Jamie goes, good night. Jerry goes, good night. And Rebel Son gives you a kiss there, Jamie. Uh, like I said, God bless you all. Stay tuned next. The rebroadcast of the show is coming up on TikTok. It'll be a 1 minute or less live show highlights. Then what's going to follow that is my 51st, I believe my 51st confessions video coming much later tonight. And then until tomorrow night, I wanted to say thank you too. God bless you, the viewers out there. Till tomorrow night, I'm the shut man, Mr. Ozzy Neil Rose, wishing you a good night. And until then, so long for now, everybody. Bye, y'all.